Well, hello everyone. Happy Sunday to you. I am Deidre Wood and I'm going to be a professor for the next 8 weeks in EDUT 523 Collaborative Design for E-Learning. And I hope you all are well, getting ready for the Oscars, enjoying all the movies, and you may hear some animals around here as I teach you. If you've had me before, then you know we do rescue at my house. So currently, my dog Opal has found a semi-deflated soccer ball and is realizing that it's a bunch of fun. And so she may try to come up and give it to me, but hopefully she will be quiet while I talk to you. Anyways, this week, your lesson is really quite simple. You're doing some readings and some videos related to LMS and NGDLE. And in a nutshell, before looking back at the history and what's going on, LMS, when we look at LMS platforms, we're looking at uniformity. And NGDLL is next generation digital learning, and we're looking, trying to figure out where that's going to go. And there's all these people in the field that are working on different types of platforms to create more organic experiences, more connectivity, less uniformity, trying to find a way to capture those aha moments that we see in education, those natural organic things. And of course, not that people don't have certain ideas about NGDLE, but the thing is that, technology is constantly changing. And so this is just going to give you kind of an overview of where we were and where we think we're going. So when you're thinking LMS, you're thinking Blackboard, where it's uniform. We all have this experience. This experience is, basically controlled by curriculum, by the university. It's standardized. And then when we're looking at the NGDLE, we're looking at, where that's going to go to create more of an individual experience for each learner in education. Something like, well, the way that we're all unique. And so it's very exciting and it's very interesting to learn about, but nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. And I think that's one of the coolest things about technology. Now, for all of us in education, we're kind of seeing basic problems that are getting in the way. And I would say that the first thing that, we have a hard time with in education is that we're at a place where we've gone from traditional learning to e-learning. And for those of us that are comfortable with e-learning, or comfortable at least failing and trying again and failing and trying again until we get it, we're able to progress forward with our students. But we also see that there are a lot of people that are really, really uncomfortable with technology. And that makes it hard in a school district, in a school location, to get everybody on board, because there's a lot of fear involved with learning something new. And a lot of times technology can be very humbling. And we're in positions as educators that we don't necessarily want to be humbled all the time in front of our students, or ego does get in the way, and we are in a position of authority. And sometimes it's hard to fail in something like that. And you don't want your lesson to go wrong, and you don't want to lose the time, and you don't know it, and it makes you feel uncomfortable, and it makes you feel out of your comfort zone. And I think the good thing to remember there is that our students feel that way all of the time. And just let that sink in for a minute. All of the time. I mean, we often forget about how we felt when we were first learning. And with the kids, what's cool about technology is so many of the kids can be teachers and leaders in technology. And they get a real kick out of teaching us things or helping us when we're working our way through e-learning. And so the collaboration doesn't just become a system like LMS or NGDLE. It also becomes this collaboration between educators and also between teacher and student that can be really, really powerful. So, so the first thing is, one, getting everybody on board to e-learning, two, letting ego out of, pushing ego out of the way so that you're okay to ask and okay to, look like a novice if necessary to learn, to grow. And then the other thing that we have a hard time within the district, of course, is funds, infrastructure, getting our schools up and running with technology everywhere. Systems fail, things go down. Not all schools are on task with that. And then equity. And equity in the classroom, making sure that if we are doing some type of e-learning thing, that we all have the materials we need, Chromebooks, programs, whatever, access to be able to get to something like Google Classroom. Um, and then also we have to look at the equity related to our students, that, legally we have to provide what our students need, meaning that if I'm doing an e-learning assignment like I'm doing with you right now, and I'm creating this YouTube video for you to access, then I have to make sure that you have the ability to access it at home, or during school time at nutrition or lunch or after school, so that we are meeting the equity of all of our students. So those are a lot of just the basic problems, that we're working through right now as we are moving to a more collaborative e-tech and e-learning environment. Now, in my high school classroom, I'm fortunate. I have a Chromebook cart. I don't have it all the time, but I have it a majority of the time. And our new textbook is online. And so we have e-textbooks, digital textbooks. And the problem that I'm seeing with that, or did see with that first semester, not second semester, is that it's really cool to have a textbook online, and the kids love that because wherever they go, they can access it, usually by a phone or some type of computer, usually. But now you have the added problem with e-technology and e-learning, that you have this really, really cool digital device, but you have to teach your students how to navigate it. And many of them know how to do Snapchat and Instagram, and they think Facebook is for old people now, and God knows what they're going to be into next. However, they often don't know how to navigate digital textbooks. They often don't know all of the shortcut codes, or how to use a Chromebook. I've noticed that just with the screen in a Chromebook, because it's so small, they don't often scroll down to look for buttons that they may need to submit a document, like to turn it in. They don't know how to link their Google Drive to turn it in, or link Khan Academy to them in their Google Classroom. So it's not just learning the material of the book, it's also learning how to navigate technology, how to navigate the platform, how to be prepared for college in the real life, and what's going on with learning. And so those are just some thoughts that I had today, and some information that I wanted to share with you. And you'll notice that in my welcome message, we're all at different levels of varying technology. And these classes, these ed tech classes, are to help you progress forward. And you may be really skilled in technology, but still not know this information, or not know about something that we're learning in this class. Or this may be very new for you and you're looking at it for the first time. And so you want to remember that these 8 weeks, this is a comfortable place for you to let your guard down and start learning more about collaborative design for e-learning, and try to find things that are going to help make your job in the classroom easier. And that's the other thing that we have to remember with technology. Sometimes we're trying to do so much that then teaching becomes very fragmented, and we get very overwhelmed. And you want to find a way to bring technology into your classroom that is enjoyable for you, enjoyable for your students, and you can use as a tool as you build towards adding more and more and more technology. So I'm going to stop there today so that I'm not rambling on. But you can see you've got history and trends of learning management systems, LMSs, an online article. Canvas LMS has different competition now, and that's kind of a fun article, especially considering Canvas is boasting about, how great they are. And an online educational delivery models, what to expect next, by Phil Hill. And there's a lot of great videos by some of the people that are in the forefront of the NGDLE that you can find online, and that I might add later on for you to look at, that are pretty interesting. Okay, under exercises, it's familiarize yourself with the syllabus and Blackboard. Make sure to view the instructor overview video, which is what you're doing right now. Then you are going to create a free teacher account for Canvas, and then you are going to follow the tutorials to create a course in Canvas. And the week 1 discussion forum, introduce yourself to me, let me know your tech background, comfort level, and what your current role is at work. Of course, it's always nice to know about any other passions you may have, and or some information about your family. If you already have this information from another course, please use it again for this part. And so a little bit about myself. I am married. My husband's currently working on some tile in the other bathroom right now. We had a leak in a valve, so that was a bummer. We were gone. We have a cabin in Big Bear, and one of the historic cabins up in the forest, and we were gone for a couple days, and we came back and a valve had burst and ran from the 2nd story down, and oh, what a mess. So he's working on that right now. I have 3 children. My daughter Lex is 33. She is a travel nurse, and she is currently in Thailand for the next 2 weeks. My son Dylan is 28, and he is a professional drummer and musician. He plays everything, but he's a drummer. And he was just on tour with Paramore and Best Coast, if you're familiar with those bands. And he's currently in Mexico City, hopefully climbing the pyramids like I told him to do, at a music festival with Best Coast. And then my youngest just turned 22, and she is studying criminal justice at Cal State East Bay. So that's my crew. And like I said, lots of animals around here. So you may see somebody bop in and out over the course of 8 weeks. And I look forward to getting to know all of you. And so read through everything on week 1 and just make sure you're up to date. Remember, in the discussion boards, to be kind and thoughtful in your responses. Share honestly, but share kindly. And you should have your responses up no later than 11:59 on Sunday night. But I do like you to get your responses up earlier if you can, so that we can have a real conversation, since that's really the only conversation that we get to have with this class. If you have any questions about the work, please contact me. The best way to get hold of me is email. I'll be back to you within 24 hours. If you haven't heard from me in 24 hours, then definitely feel free to call. But email really is best for contacting me, especially during the school day. So I look forward to working with you all, and I hope you enjoy this course. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.